Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
Okay, we're back. This open mic Saturday, 274-7979, 1-800. I have to even look at it now. It's been so long since I mentioned it. 1-800-759-6279. And if you think my voice is still not coming back, I don't think it is. I think that 2
You may
weeks,
be going through puberty.
What now? Okay, that's been too long ago. But I think I'm about 2 weeks off my coughing. But I sound like somebody said I sound like Kenny Rogers, but then somebody else said sound more
you
like
gotta
Roy.
know when to hold on.
No, sound like
know
more like
when. Gabby Hayes.
No, Roy Rogers.
Oh, Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers and everything. So I hope my voice, excuse me, holds out this morning. Hey, we got some great guests on the show today, and we're hooking up with a lot of folks. And right now, we're going to talk to a young man out of Greenwood, Mississippi, and quite an accomplishment this guy's done. And we're going to talk a lot about him. I wish Dave Gabbert was in studio because he would love to talk to this guy. Scott McCree is on this morning. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Larry. How are you today?
We're doing great. We're really talking a lot about marksmanship on Outdoors with Larry Ray today, and Scott, out of Greenwood, Mississippi, competed, not just competed, it says he turned some heads. I like that. At the 2015 50 caliber World Championships held back earlier in July out in Raton, New Mexico. And Scott, tell our listeners, first of all, good morning, and second of all, tell our listeners a little bit about the competition itself.
Yes, sir, I surely will. The World Championship is a gathering of actually international teams and individuals that come to Raton once a year to compete with the 50 caliber rifles. So it's a mixed group and very interesting, and it's a 1,000-yard event.
1,000-yard event.
Yes, sir.
So how many times do you shoot in that event?
There's multiple classes. You can shoot up to 120 rounds, I think the count is. I only shot in one class because I literally had to borrow rifle parts to put a rifle together to even shoot in the match.
No, say that again. Now, you had to put parts together to get your rifle right?
Well, yes, sir. I was there for something else, and I was just going to observe the World Championship. It had always been a dream to see it.
Uh-huh.
And one of the competitors asked me if I'd like to shoot, and I said, well, I'd love to, but I don't have a gun. Somebody else heard me say that, and two guys went to their trucks and got pieces and parts, and literally they handed me tools and some parts and some ammo and said, go after it, and I put the rifle together right there on the firing line.
Wow.
My goodness. My goodness. Now, but you're into this. This is not something that you've said, I think I'll do this. Tell our listeners a little bit about your background and how you got into what you're doing, because your business is McCree's Precision right in Greenwood. So tell us a little bit about how you got to do what you're doing.
Well, I actually started out in a military family and went into the service, United States Navy, Combat Search and Rescue. So I've always kind of been interested in firearms, I guess you could say. Years and years ago, we had a rifle fail, and my wife and I looked at each other and said, well, let's make parts. So about 15 years ago, we started designing precision rifle components. And it just kind of blossomed and grew from there. So I'm not a rookie, but it was kind of interesting to be considered a rookie at 55. I am familiar with firearms.
Yeah, you said it was on your bucket list.
Yes, sir. The big guns have always been an interest to me. They're large. The ammo's big. You have all the stories, about these long-distance shots with 50 caliber rifles. And I had never fired one and had just always wanted to get a chance to, and always wanted to see the World Championships.
Well, so you shot how many times?
30 rounds.
30 rounds.
Yes, sir.
At 1,000 yards.
Yes, sir. It's 6 different what they call relays. You shoot 5 rounds at a time.
Yeah, and you must have did pretty well.
I actually didn't think I was, and I was just so overwhelmed with putting a rifle together and first time, and the jitters, and you're trying to stay calm, and
yeah,
you know what a rifle is, but when you get that kind of pressure and you weren't even planning on shooting.
Right.
Well, we're just amazed. We're talking to Scott McCree out of Greenwood, Mississippi, and who competed off the wall, made his bucket list. He fell in the bucket just about here. So at the 50 caliber World Championship out in Raton, New Mexico. And I know, Scott, how many? I know we had shooters from Spain, Canada, Australia. I mean, describe the location. I'm thinking of Tom Selleck in Quigley Down Under, shooting this bucket from 1,000 yards. So explain give us a visual look at how the competition worked.
Well, it is in a way the same kind of beautiful scenery as the Tom Selleck stuff. It's about 6,500 foot elevation up in the mountains of North New Mexico.
Yeah, I've been through the Raton Pass.
Okay. It's beautiful. Just
yes.
pass, except that it's just this huge shooting facility, and it has basically every shooting discipline supported by the NRA.
Yes.
I literally was riding around like a tourist taking pictures.
I'm just amazed at this.
You always hear about it if you're a firearms enthusiast, but you just very rarely get to go out there and see it. Picturesque views, mountainsides, just very difficult to describe, and a picture hardly even does it.
Wow. And your business, Scott, it sounds fascinating. Tell our listeners a little bit about McCree's Precision.
We design and produce precision firearms components. When I say precision, I mean the one shot, one kill kind of stuff. My nickname's 1,000 yards, and that's where I start.
Yes. Okay.
And we put components together that people engage targets beyond 2,300 meters.
Golly, that's just.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine from Australia. He shoots the 500 nitro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a good one.
Well, that's a good one. So, how did you end up in Greenwood, Mississippi?
In all actuality, one of the local guys here, Chris Reed, he was the Season 2 winner of Top Shot. He's a good friend of mine, known him for years, and he knew that we were growing and needed a bigger facility, and started putting a plan together and surprised us. Found us a big building here at the Greenwood LaFleur Airport and helped us find houses, and we just said, to heck with it, let's go.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from South Georgia.
You're originally from South Georgia?
Yes, sir.
And you never in your wildest dreams, is this what you, I always ask everybody what they want to do when they're growing up. Did you ever think you'd be doing this?
No, sir. There was no plan for this one.
So, what did you want to be? What were you before all this?
My original career field was electronics, electrical electronics engineering.
Yeah. Did you spend time in the military?
Yes, sir. I was in a helicopter combat unit out of NAS North Island.
That's what I thought. Yeah. How long were you in the military?
I was active 6 years.
6 years. So you've got a lot of patriotism here and things along that line, and that's it's wonderful to be able to go to an event like this. And I've heard so much about this, and my good friend, and I never can pronounce Joe's last name at the media group.
Right.
Yeah, but he is a wonderful guy and sends me guests a lot and everything. Does it seem strange, Scott, to say that you won the Rookie of the Year award at 55?
We're still laughing about it. Yes, sir.
I didn't mean that. I'm 72, buddy, and I saw this makes me feel good. This guy's 55 and he won the Rookie of the Year. I'm thinking you're 22 or 25 years old when I hear about this. But to do all this, so what's next for you? Are you gonna? Your bucket list is. Are you on to bigger and better things? You're going to be shooting in Spain and all these other places now?
I do hope to go to Europe, yes, sir, and compete.
Yeah.
I am in the process now of acquiring a couple 50 cals for myself. I've got the bug.
Yeah, you've got the bug.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where do you practice when you do that like this place?
Ammo loading, position.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of mechanics that go into it.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult sometimes because you really need to practice at distances that are the same that your competition distance is.
Right. Well, I just think it's wonderful. I need to get a picture of you, Scott, some way so I can post it on my website. If you've got one that you can email me at lroutdoors@att.net. I would love to have some. I'm sure someone took a photograph out when you're out in New Mexico or something, but or maybe I could go through Joe to get that. But I need a picture.
I will email you one over once we get off. Once we get done chatting. Matter of fact,
great.
It'd be an honor.
And Scott, this will all be posted. The show will be posted on my website, lroutdoors.com. probably later this afternoon or by tomorrow. So you'll be able to listen to the segment and everything else. And, buddy, congratulations. I'm really had a lot of guests over the show over the 14 years, and I was excited when I heard you because I really, really thought you was 25 or so. I mean, you've made my day to do this. Scott, congratulations again, and thank you for being part of LR Outdoors and being a part of Outdoors with Larry Ray. Well, let's stay in touch, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on this morning. If you're ever down in Greenwood, please stop in and have a visit with us.
Oh, man, I'll know if I've got your number now, okay?
Yes, sir. Do have a great day.
All right, thank you, Scott. Scott McCree. How about that? All right. Can we give away something real quickly here? What do we got left?
We got another 4 set of tickets.
Do we have?
No, actually, all of the stuff at the top of the list is all
It's
gone.
all
Okay,
gone.
good.
All right. We're going to give away right now 274-7979. You can go ahead and call. We're going to give away one of those new Radiance Arctic Skulls cooling system. Man, it's got the headband. It's got the towel. 274-7979. We're going to give away one of those, and that's the next one we're going to give. Okay? All right, let's take a break. Is it ready? Man, we're rolling. I love Open Mic Saturday. I love being in here. It's like being real radio. You know it? All right. Greg Ratliff taking care of me and Brother Darrell over there at Outdoors with Larry Ray, ESPN 790.
Where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee.